Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in today, and I really hope I'm able to help many of you decide on color or waterline, or at least give you some tips about what to look out for or questions you should be asking yourselves when you are picking a tile. It's not the end of the world, but for us, we spent so many weekends going to tile stores trying to figure out what type of tile we wanted. So I thought sometimes there's things that you might want to consider first before you jump on to a particular color. But again, this is going to be hard for you only if you're a little bit on the OCD side, like we are, and if you just really want something that matches with your pool, because sometimes you might not pick the correct variation or the color for your pool tile. But again, it's a water line, so you'll live with it. And most of the water lines always have variations for a reason. And I suggest you always try to stick with something that has variation, because that's what we didn't want initially. We didn't want something that had a lot of variation, but I'll tell you why we ended up picking the tile that we did, and take that in consideration as well. All right, so we have here the Aquabella. This is very, this was initially our top pick. That's why I put it first in here, because it was our first pick. And as you can see, it has some of the darker blues, lighter blues, and I loved it. And it's glossy, and it has a little bit of texture. It's a little bit of ruggedness, which it's very pretty. And this was our second choice in case we were thinking about going for the water pool color to be like an Arctic white by Pebble Sheen. But as you could see, that looks like little webs. So I wasn't a big fan of this one, because it just looks really pretty from far away. Actually, like when you look at it far away, it looks beautiful. But you know, I'm gonna be inside my pool. I'm gonna be looking at this like very closely, right? So that was a no. But I'll take these outside so you guys could see how it looks out there with our pool. And we really liked this one initially, and we brought it home and we realized it has hints of green, and it's matte, and it's not gonna go with us. It didn't. It looks very, it looks like it will go for a pool that has maybe like on the emerald or parrot green color to it, but we're not picking any, our pool color is not going to be green, so that was a no. This was actually something that we were considering towards the end, because it's super flat, very shiny, slight variations only on the color, not within each tile, as you could see. And it's very slick, very modern. And we wanted to get this one actually initially, and I was gonna settle for this one, but when I saw our Travertine pavers go up, we decided to switch it up a little bit and be a little bit more of a, you know, adventurous and try something different, because this is very safe. I think it's very mellow, very calm, and it's beautiful as well. And not to mention that, you know, we went to Fujiwa. There were amazing customer service. There was great, and I'm not saying that because, you know, we ended up using their tile, but because they are really customer service focused. Not to say anything about the other places, but if you are in California and you're thinking about Fujiwa or any Fujiwa distributor, when you go in there, the people there are amazing. They really help you. This one is by National Pool Tile. It was really pretty when I saw it in the showroom, but it was not ours. It has some of the brownish variations to it, and it's pretty, but not for us. You could do a combo. You could do the small tiles and I think these are 2x2s, the larger ones and the little ones. And then this one was, you know, my husband said, you know, let's just play it safe and put something straight dark blue across. And this was gonna be it. But when you look at it closely, it's very bright. And when you take it outdoors, it's very bright. We were gonna do this one. However, when we saw it paired with other tiles next to them, like when we grabbed 3 tiles, it looked like a bandage. And it's very light. And we didn't want a lot of white on our pool because of the travertine. The travertine's white, and this is very bright. And then these both are the same, just so you could compare a little bit here, but they're both the same. This is very pretty. This is beautiful. This is by Aquavella. And we didn't pick this one because they're both Atlantico. And we grabbed 2 tiles. You can see this one. I don't think you could see the specs. However, take a close look at this one. It's specced. And it's the same one. So when I asked, they told me that you could expect tiles that vary. But I don't know why this one's very specced. And that's what he told me, that you could get one that's probably like this, a batch that has this type of specs, or you get this one. But I didn't want to risk it. We said, no, there's no way we want this type of a tile, because you could see it. It reflects a little bit of like the browns right in there. See that? And this one doesn't have it. So we're like, no, we're not gonna risk it. We want something. We're not going for that one. That's 2 tiles. But and then I really love this one. We got this one from Carlsbad in San Diego. She has a beautiful selection out there of tiles as well. Can't remember the brand who makes this one, but this one was going to be the winner. However, it's very deep blue, and we were not too sure if this was going to go with it. But see, it's the round, and I really love this one. It was round. It's round, and it has a little bit of dark variations, but when you get closer, you could see it kind of faces into some kind of brown or black. I'm not too sure, but just because I got that reflection of like the deeper colors, and I thought it was not going to work out on the edges, you could see that. I was nervous about doing that with the crowd and having a lot of variation in those around the corners, so we didn't do those. So again, remember, when you're picking your tile, it's gonna be not gonna be perfect, okay? So if you're OCD again, you have to get over it or stick to something that's very plain and simple. It still looks beautiful. At the end is how you design your pool, right? That makes it very pretty. So our winner was Fujiwa Tile NAMI-152, the square little ones. We picked this one because it has some glossiness to it, and the lighter ones, as you could see around here, are matte, and you could see there's a slightly bit of like that stone color popping through. It's almost the color of our Travertine, so that's why we picked this one, because we wanted something that was gonna kind of like pop a little bit and also blend in. However, we haven't done the water yet, so we don't know exactly what's it gonna look like, but it already looks beautiful. So yes. And when we got the sample, the lady there told us that this batch was actually the batch that we were gonna get, and a spec variation. Our pool builder grabbed a batch that has actually, this is slightly lighter, and it's normal when you get these styles, but just make sure you're asking what type of, if this is gonna be the variation that you're gonna get from that pile, or, because you know, I believe there might be like hand stain or something, because there's so much variation. But again, there's reasons why there are variations, so that way things could blend a little bit better. So I'm gonna take you outside so you can look at our water line. And this is the Travertine, and it's windy. This is our sprawl. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty, you can see. There's that variation there. And we're finishing our backyard, so still not done, but we picked our plants already. Let's see. And we picked a gray corral versus the white because we didn't want anything popping out dramatically. And let's see. Goes all the way out there, how it looks. How it looks here. It's not finished, but once I do re-add the water, I can do an update. See, it looks very pretty. You can see there's slightly the little browns that I was talking about. Let's go to a shady spot.